Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So it's been a little while since I've posted anything, but I'm hoping to reboot the channel, so to speak, with a new series of A Tale of 10 Painters. Now, this wasn't my idea. This was a fellow gamer's idea from the club called Dave, who was keen to have some kind of vehicle to keep painters motivated. So the plan is for all of us to choose some armies and paint a unit from each of those armies each month. So some of us have chosen 3, bonkers. Some of us have chosen 2, and some of us have chosen only 1. So what you'll hear now is a little conversation between me and one of the other guys called Ed, who's part of the gaming club as well, just chatting about the different people's armies and what they're going to do. So you should see one of these videos each month, and each video will hopefully have more than just me and Ed next time, but you'll have a number of us on here talking about what we've painted that month and what our plans might be for the following month, and just a general discussion of how we've done over the course of the period. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I really enjoyed my conversation with Ed, and I hope you do too. And yeah, you'll see one of these videos each month. So in all likelihood, the next video will be around mid-December, once I've managed to you know, do all the video editing in the background. So yeah, so hope you enjoy it, and if you do, like and subscribe below. Thanks.
I'm Ed Alcock. I've been in the hobby for about 2.5 years-ish. I got into it with some friends who had been playing for a few more years before me. I think one of my friends has been playing since he was like a teenager, and then got back into it in a big way and brought everyone else down with him, essentially.
Dragged you along with him.
Yeah, exactly. My first army was Nurgle, which that's still my favourite army, I think, just to paint. They've got so much detail, and they're so all the sculpts are so beautiful in a really disgusting way, obviously. But yeah, my new army and the one that I'll be doing for this challenge is Lumineth Realmlords, which I sort of accidentally fell in love with and decided to collect. All the previews, they were doing previews for the Realmlords for about a year before they like properly
it was
showed
quite a long
anything,
lead-in
really.
for those, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was. And I remember getting really annoyed that they kept on showing previews for this army with like no models.
Just release them.
Well, no, not even that. I was just like, I'll just talk about something else. And then they showed the preview of the models, like especially Selenar and Teclis. I know a lot of people don't really like that model because Teclis looks like a sort of prudish maths teacher who's smelled something nasty. But I really love that model. I really love wizards. That's from like Dungeons and Dragons. I've always liked really nasty wizards, just sort of like arsehole wizards. And I'm not like big into the lore of Warhammer, but from what I understand, there is no bigger arsehole of a wizard than Teclis.
No, that's true.
Yeah, just ask the Deepkin. They'll tell you. So yeah, I kind of fell in love with them, and then the Venari side of the book is definitely like piques my interest more than the mountain side. I do love the big cows. I didn't
realise there were 2 factions inside the book itself.
It's one faction, but they're different temples, like different sort of disciplines. The mountain side is the big hammer guys with the obnoxiously tall hats, and the stone mage and the spirits of the mountain, which are the big cow-looking titans.
Yeah.
And I like those, but I just really like the rule side of the Venari, which is, I think, I'm probably getting this wrong, but I think they're just sort of like normal high elves.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like assigned to a particular temple, I think.
Okay.
But they're really cohesive rules where they're all doing mortal wounds on a 6, and they can cast a spell to make it a 5. They're all wizards. They all like have similar move profiles and bravery and everything. It just feels like a cohesive whole as an army, and I really liked that when I looked at their like rule previews and stuff. So I ended up getting the the starter set on a bit of a whim, and then when I read the battle tome, I just completely fell in love with them and decided to just go whole hog.
Oh yeah, so they are gorgeous models as well.
They are really beautiful. They're very like small and detailed. So this is the most part assemblies I've ever had to do for painting. Like I can't really put the shields on at the same time, and the Dawn Riders all have to be separate into like 3 or 4 different sub-assemblies to get them painted properly. But this, I'm thinking of this as like my passion project, where I want to take my time and make them look really beautiful. Because
we all have a passion project. Yeah.
Yeah, I painted my Tzeentch in about 2 weeks, like the whole army.
Wow. Okay.
Because I had a lot of annual leave left over at the end of a year, and I wasn't going home for Christmas that year, so I just took like a week and a half off and just sat around watching Netflix and painting through like 200 horrors with contrast paints.
Sounds like bliss.
It was a really good like week. I had a lovely time. I never want to touch a horror again in my life. But yeah, like I wish I'd spent more time on them though. I wish I'd had more time. I was trying to get them ready for an event. It's kind of a tight deadline.
Yeah.
And I look back at them now, and I just see loads of mistakes. But I'm not
you could always revisit them in the future.
I could, but it's the patience to go back and like pick out everything. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I wanted something that I could like really take my time with and enjoy, which is why I chose the elves, which because they've got so much detail on them and they're quite fine, and they're like their design lends themselves to really crisp, clean paint jobs. So the more time you put into them, the more you're like rewarded for it, I think.
And then these are your beautiful Lumineth.
Thank you. Yeah, I've done 5 wardens as well on top of these. They're not done yet. I need to prime their shields. He was quite fun to paint in the end, although very finicky. He had to do a lot of part assemblies, otherwise you couldn't get into all the nooks and crannies.
Oh, it's such an amazing model.
Yeah, it is good. I've seen a lot of people doing like LEDs in the chest cavity, so he lights up on the inside and things like that. Very cool.
Oh, nice glow effect on the sword.
They're supposed to be like frost weapons.
Ah, okay.
That's my mental image for it. I went through like 7 or 8 different styles for the weapons before I was happy with one.
I like the gemstone on the shoulder. It looks like it's almost transparent.
I think that's just contrast paint over silver.
Okay.
It makes a really good gemstone. It's a nice little hack.
So Aron with his Desmonds.
So is it the Wrath of the Everchosen collected demons?
I think so. I think what Aron said was he's doing Desmonds as his army because he can use them in AOS and 40k. So it is probably just demons for both.
That's cool. Yeah, I know nothing really about 40k other than I have 2 armies for it because I have Tzeentch demons and Nurgle demons.
Oh, so you're also a big demon guy then.
Well, yeah.
It's a good army to have because it's like Aron said, you can use it in both game systems. So why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I might when the new codex comes out for demons. I think they're going to go through and update all of the codexes in time, aren't they? Yeah. I'll probably pick it up and dip my toe into 40k. Too focused on elves right now.
And that's Aron's Desmond model.
Yep, the Desmond Prince.
Desmond Prince of Desmonds.
Quite like the green he's got in his tabard.
Oh yeah, yeah. Right, and then we've got Ben, and Ben is doing Nurgle for AOS. 40k is doing Death Guard, and Aeronautica as his other. So
yeah, I give him a month.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Yeah,
you think you are Paul? No.
Crikey, that's a lot to do. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know how much Aeronautica he's got. It can't be too much, can there? Surely.
I don't know. To be fair, he does seem to get through stuff pretty quickly, so he might be able to do it.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of free time, doesn't he? Sometimes when he's waiting for calls, I think for his job. So I think he kind of paints up. But so yeah, we got his Nurgle. I don't know what models these are. I'm not very big on demons.
They're the Wormspat.
Okay.
They're the Underworld's warband.
Right.
They're They have fairly decent rules in AOS as well. The only problem with them is that they add more drops than you probably want in a list that takes Blight Kings and a sorcerer. Because the main lady at the front is basically
that's a she, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that model because there aren't many female models outside of sort of elves and stormcast, especially not like the gross armies. So she like has a really cool design in my opinion. She's got that little, I think that's supposed to be like her cat got Nurglified with her or something.
That's a nice touch.
She's awesome, but I think she's just basically a sorcerer, but on a bigger base and a cooler model.
Okay.
And then her two companions are basically just two Blight Kings. Yeah. But I think they can take wounds for her or something.
Okay, I get you. So it's got, well, in 40k terms, it's kind of a lookout sir kind of rule, but yeah, okay, I get it. That's and I like these colour scheme is going for. It's going to be a nice looking army.
Yeah, they are beautiful. They deserved to get featured when they did.
Yeah,
sure,
definitely,
really nice.
Definitely. We're not sure whether they're in Warhammer community or whether it's on the Hangout and Hobby, but yeah, they're.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Fantastic. It was definitely one of the two.
Next up from Ben the Smith, and making a welcome return to the show are the Wormspat here. So every hobby round for the first few weeks, different takes. So again, bringing a bit of the kind of orange Nurgle, as we saw Lord Felty's tainted cohort earlier on.
Yeah, but you know it's Nurgle because you can see the odd little bit of green pooling and rot on the bases themselves. This is, you've got a very human but sickly looking flesh tone across all three of the miniatures here, and the cat, but you've managed to make it look just rotting slowly, and almost like necrosis is slowly setting in certain places where there's pustules and boils and things like that. The orange is so nice. It's a very flat orange, but it works really, really well for Nurgle.
Aron on a chain down, and the wretchling looks like naked cat things. It should have some fur on it, but it doesn't, and that's just going about its business. It's better than you still, isn't it? Go on. Right, let's finish this up.
Yeah, I think they're the two bodyguards close up, aren't they?
Yeah, I bought this pack just to have variety in my Blight Kings, because the Blight King kit is really amazing for how many different poses you can get out of it. But even like when you get into the lists that use it these days have like 40 to 60 Blight Kings in, and when you get into that number, you can't help but repeat yourself. So I don't know if I'm not sure if he's using them for Underworlds or if they're just a part of his AOS army.
I think it's just AOS. I think that's all he's told me is AOS. I'm sure the next time we chat and he comes on, he'll be able to fill us in a little more on it.
I know he's definitely doing more Nurgle in that style. So maybe it might be for both, but yeah, I'm excited to see what that looks like when it's all finished.
Oh god, yeah! I'm excited to see his Death Guard as well, because we've only got.
I wonder if he'll do the same.
Go on, sorry.
I wonder if he'll do that same like orange armor style for the Death Guards.
Oh, that would be good. That would be so amazing if he did. Oh, I'm looking forward to see what he comes up with now. These are Ben's Aeronautica. I think these are 6mm models, and they're amazing. They do look like a lot of fun.
Done well on the glasswork.
Yeah. He's a world-class painter, Ben is, I think.
Yeah, it looks very, very tidy.
Especially when you see it compared to his thumb back there, it seems, incredibly tiny.
Yeah.
And then we've got Dave, and we've got the video for Dave, so we'll show that. But yeah.
Hi, I'm Dave, and firstly, thank you very much to Warhammer for putting all of this together. It's fantastic. I am a recent joiner of the Chumps club. I actually have never managed to make a club night due to all this is going on, although I've met a few of the members, and they're a great bunch, so thank you for being so welcoming to all of them. So I'm joining the Army Painting Challenge, although I'm not 100% sure actually what it's going to be called now, mainly to try and motivate myself to get more done and also particularly paint more quickly, which I find quite a big challenge. I'm a bit of a slowpoke when it comes to that, and it's just good incentive, good motivation to get on with it, and also encourage others to do the same. And then I'm hoping that once we've got a bit farther along, we can maybe have some sort of mega game or something where we can get everybody together, get all the collections on the table, and crack on and have a great time. I started in the hobby far too long ago, when I was at school, secondary school I think, with a mate who was playing Epic, and I was just completely hooked. I think it was all of the paintwork, all of the artwork was Ultramarines and Thousand Suns at the time, and I ended up painting mine green because that was the paint that I had, and calling them salamanders, and that was it. I was away. That was me done. So for the painting challenge, weirdly, I've got a death guard on the screen. I'm actually going to be trying to do 3 units per month, which could be 10 figs, could be 1 character, could be a tank, whatever a unit is for that particular thing. So I'm going for 3, which is a lot for me. I know for some people they just bang through a lot of things, but that'll be a lot for me. But it's a good challenge. So I'm going for, weirdly, not Death Guard, but for 40k 9th edition, I am going to go for Renegades and Heretics with a couple of Death Guard mates as allies. I'm not even sure if these are still in 9th ed, but they're awesome, so we're going to go for it anyway. I think they might be in Legends, but there's certainly an old Forge World book. But anyway, it'll be a really good challenge, and if I can't play them with the Death Guard allies, I'm sure somebody will let me do it, but if not, I can always use them as Imperial Guard, I guess. The other thing that I will be doing is I'll be adding, with a bit of Grand Alliance chaos, to my chaos stuff, which is Slaves to Darkness. I've got some Skaven, I've got some Demons, and I'm just going to throw a load more into that, possibly starting with the Underworld's Warband. I'm not totally sure yet. And finally, thing number 3, I'll be starting a completely new army. I do have some legions of Nagash or Death or whatever you want to call them, but I'm actually going to start these completely afresh. And I am picked up this really cool box. I'm not that keen on the skellies because I want to focus more on the elite undead stuff, but I like the idea that I could use the stuff in this box for Grand Host of Nagash, or Legion of Blood, or Soul Blight, and all of that is just awesome. So that's me, that's what I'm going for. Best luck to everybody involved. I hope, you know, we can encourage each other along and give each other some top tips on how we can improve our painting. And you know, I'm definitely up for it if anybody else is up for it, for that mega game once we've all got this punched through. So best luck everyone, take care, bye.
That's he's doing Legions of Nagash and Renegades and Heretics, and Dave wants to do a massive battle at the end of all this.
Yeah.
So I imagine that would be a massive AOS battle and then a massive 40k battle. And that would be a massive AOS battle, because you've got, what, 9 armies there? I think that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how we'd do that as a one big game, but I'm sure we could try and sort something out. Hopefully
I might sit that one out. I've only got so many hours of my life left. That would take days.
Yeah, maybe if we limited it to, you know, each player brings 500 points or something.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But yeah, maybe we'll we'll spitball that one. We'll see what comes up. 40K.
Has anyone left the hero phase?
Exactly. God, that would be awful. Yeah, but yeah. And then 40k is probably a bit more easy because only 4 armies there. But Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So he's doing Legions of Nagash, it's a completely new army for him, and Renegades and Heretics for 40k, which we're not sure whether it still exists in 9th edition, but if he wants to play it, I'm happy playing against him with whatever rules he has for those. I mean, I don't mind at all, so that'd be quite interesting to see what he's got in his list as well. But yeah.
Some of my first games in AOS were against Dave's Legions.
How did they go?
They were quite good, actually. He had a lot of... Dave really likes variety in his lists. He likes to take like as many different types of units as possible. So he was quite a good person to play for your first few games when you're still getting to grips with the rules. Because his lists tend not to be like really tight meta world-destroying powerhouses, but they do tend to be very fun games with a lot of variety. And
yeah, it's nice to see a little variety in a list.
Yeah, he's got a lot of very old metal models and stuff that he's had. I think he's had to rebase like 3 or 4 times. Bless him. They keep on changing base sizes for his armies and going from square to circle and back.
Yeah, you gotta love Games Workshop, and plus we're gonna have the Warhammer. Is it Warhammer Old World coming out soon? So no doubt we're going back to square bases for that as well. So we'll have to see.
I think they're going to do converters to convert like things you can put around the edges of circle bases to make them square, maybe?
That would make sense. The other rumour I heard is that it's going to be a different scale. Like it might be a smaller scale.
Oh, okay.
So you have bigger armies, grand kind of scale armies instead of the 28mm, but I don't know. That's just a rumour, so pinch of salt with that one. And then we've got Declan with his Gloomspite. And we see it's already done loads of Gloomspite. I think there were all those night goblins in the background, and he's got some disgustingly looking trolls there, and some lovely scenery. So I think he's already got quite a large army for his Gloomspite. But it'd be interesting to see what he's going to add to that.
Yeah, I like the blue. Has it got blue skin on the squigs?
Yes, the blue skin on the and the squigs. Well, it's got blue, red, purple. It's got every colour under the sun. It's fantastic. I do like his colour schemes. Yeah, there we go. You've got yellow, red, blue.
Very primary colours. Like it pops off the table.
Oh god, yeah. And albino ones at the front. I like the blue cloaks on these night goblins as well. It's yeah. It's a scary looking army, actually.
I like Gitz. They got some very cool models. It's just the scale of how many you need to build and paint is very intimidating.
I had an 8th edition goblin army. It was all night goblins, and it's just a bonkers army to play. So much fun, but absolute bonkers.
Yeah, I played against Gitz a couple times, and they've always been good games. I played Wills at Crimbobo. He bought his squigs, and they are just seeing a bunch of like brightly coloured meatballs bouncing towards you and then demolishing your army it's intimidating. And
then Paul Tyso with his Napoleonics. He says he's
run
also
out of Napoleonics to do.
Well, he's going to paint them within a week, I imagine. He's also got. He says he's going to do other stuff, which, whatever that means, I'm not really too sure. What his other stuff is going to be. It's probably just whatever he picks up and paints.
Yeah, he'll have 3 armies done by the time.
Oh god, yeah, he'll have 3 armies done in a month. Paul can paint at a rate I've never seen anyone paint at the rate Paul does. I think he said he did 200 models once over a weekend. It's just incredible the rate he gets to.
I think he might actually be a vampire.
I think he might.
I don't think he needs to sleep like we do.
I mean, and looking at these images, it's like I said, the detail he goes into is incredible as well. For painting 200 models at that speed is amazing.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see how many Napoleonics is actually. I think we should probably have a sweepstakes actually. How many Napoleonics can Paul do in a year? So yeah, I'm expecting to see the entire French Grande Armée in 28mm scale. And then for myself, I'm going to be doing the Grand Alliance Order, and that's kind of finishing off my Cities of Sigmar project. So I've got loads of dwarves, I've got elves, I've got humans, and they're all kind of lumped into one, so I'm just calling it Grand Alliance Order. And I've got a theme going along. So if anyone who's watching has played Shadow of the Horned Rat or Dark Omens in the past, part of the army is going to be based on the mercenaries in those games called the Grudgebringers. So we'll see what they come out with. It's going to be a lot of converting, I think, but they're taking a lot of time to do as well. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm already really excited about doing them, actually, because I'm already buying the models that I need to do the conversions, and I've been on Hero Forge as well, making the Alor the Wizard. So yeah, that'll be. Yeah,
I love Hero Forge.
But then we've got Rhys, who's doing his Fyreslayers. I don't know if I've got any pictures of Rhys's models. I'll see if I can get some off him and put them up. But yeah, unless this is an entirely new army. Do you have any idea?
I don't know.
So yeah, Rhys is doing his Fyreslayers. We're not sure whether they're an entire new army or whether they're an old army that's finishing. But yeah, I think there might be an old army, because I think he had the Gardenhammer weekends, didn't he? I think he was playing with them then. But I've never seen pictures of his army close up, so I'd love to see what they look like. And then we've got Topper, and he's doing his Lumineth Realmlords, like you, and some Necrons for 40k.
We're quite interested to see how our armies build up. I don't know if he's doing the same half of the book as me or not.
And whether he's doing the same colour scheme as well.
I think he's also doing pale armour, but I don't think it's red and white.
I'll put a link to the club in the description below for anyone who's in the vicinity of Northamptonshire and want to. Yeah,
really lovely group of people.
Oh yeah, they're great, and the chat, the WhatsApp chat's just mental at times as well.
Yeah.
Make sure it's turned off while you're at work. That's for certain.
Oh yeah, I've had to mute it.
Yeah, mute for a year.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing Topper's elves, and I assume is he doing the new Necrons from the new edition?
Yes, I think he said he's got two sets of the new box set. So I think he's got all that to paint. So he's got quite a lot there to get through. So there's enough there to keep him going for at least a year. So
yeah, some great models in that set as well.
We'll probably do a series 2 of this, season 2, and he'll probably still be painting Necrons. So that's quite a lot. That's good. I
feel like they've released like dozens of Necron kits. Don't follow it very closely, but they've gone a lot.
To be fair, it was overdue, because the Necrons hadn't been updated in a long time, so they deserve all the love they're getting right now. And the models are fantastic. And I would have got that box set, but I don't collect Necrons. I wanted the Blood Angel. I wanted the Space Marines for my Blood Angels, but I couldn't start. I'm still considering buying it and selling the Necron half, but I have to see. It's a lot of money for one box set. I might just wait until the kits get released on their own. Then we've got Williams. We've got William with his Karajan Overlords. So these are Barak Var, I think they've been painted as. I think it's Barak Var. I'm probably going to get slain by all those Karajan Overlord players now.
Again, you just need to say it with enough conviction.
I do. It's the Barak Var.
Yeah.
Karajan Overlords, the purple and cream ones, whoever they are. Yeah, they're really good. I really like his colour scheme. He's really got some nice details on there. But yeah, so he's doing those, and
those oranges or sort of coppery bits pop out a lot from the rest of the sort of more.
Oh god, yeah.
It's like toned down, rugged metals.
It is nice. It is a lovely colour scheme. I think that it'd be nice to see an entire army painted like that, and he's got an entire army to paint. So. He's got, by the looks of it, there's 2 gun haulers, a frigate, and an ironclad in the background, and then a shed load of Arcanaut company on the left, and quite a few wardens in the middle.
I don't think I've ever played Kharadron.
Oh, they're nasty.
They scare me.
They're I mean, I played against Skaven with my Kharadron, but this was a year ago, so Skaven had been updated, and but they absolutely mullered them. And usually I was getting absolutely destroyed by the Skaven, but when I took my Kharadron, that was it. He actually sold his Skaven after that battle. he didn't want to play. It was like, I'm not playing this until I've updated the Skaven, and then he sold them. So and concentrated on 40k after that. So he was.
Yeah, I know a guy who he was playing Slaves to Darkness for years, like a real holdout. Loved the aesthetic. but lost every game because Slaves of Darkness were, for a very long time, like woefully underpowered army. I think he eventually got annoyed and sold the army, and then like the next week they announced the new Slaves of Darkness battle tome, which is apparently all right.
That's the thing. I always think, it's if you want to sell the army, fair enough. But if you've got a deep love for them, then don't bother. Just keep them. And sooner or later, it's going to come around, isn't it? That your codex or your battle tome is going to get updated, and they're going to go back towards the top. So you just got to hold out until that point. So I can't play 40k
and then
at the minute.
You can sell it for twice the price.
Exactly. And I can't play 40k at the minute because Space Marines are getting a lot of hate everywhere because they've been like overly powered for a long time now because of 9th. So I feel bad if I actually bring out my Blood Angels, so I'm resorting to my Imperial Guard at the minute.
My understanding is that hating Space Marines is sort of part and parcel of playing 40k, isn't it?
Oh god, yes.
Even if you play Space Marines, you can complain endlessly about Space Marines.
Yeah. I think it's because GW releases seems to be like 50% Space Marines all the time.
Yeah.
And even Space Marine players are going, can you update like the other armies, please? Because it's a bit boring just playing Space Marines all the time. So you got Space Marines against Space Marines, so it's nice. It's nice to see some. I'd like to see some new Eldar models for one. I can't remember the last time Eldar were updated, but it's just a shame. I mean, I can understand why, because Space Marines are a big seller, but it's just all the time. There's always a new lieutenant to look at. So but I think that's all the armies. So there's 10 of us. 2 of us are doing 3 armies. Well, I say I'm doing 3, but there's 2 and an extra one if I have time. Ben's committed to doing 3, so Ben, you are doing 3. Whatever happens, if you fail that, then that's it. And we've got a couple doing 2 as well. It's going to be interesting. And I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone's done for the first month.
We're interested to see how many units people pump out, because I know we need to do at least 1. Yeah. But there'll be a lot of people I think will do 2 or 3 in a month and then have a quiet month, right? Well, Paul's an exception. Paul's in his own class.
Yes. Yeah. Have you decided what you're going to paint up in the first month?
So I'm halfway through some Wardens. Yeah. I've done 5, apart from their shields. So I'll get those finished. And then probably Techless after that.
Okay.
If I can find some time to get him primed.
Oh, that'd be. I'm looking forward. That does look like a lot of fun to paint that model.
Yeah, he's sitting around in his part assemblies at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm a bit lost on how to paint him exactly, how to approach it. But I think it'll look good when it's done.
I'm sure there's plenty of guys out on those part assemblies. But
yeah. I hope that mine aligns with those guides, because I didn't look anything up. I just pulled it apart. I was like, this maybe. I hope. But yeah, it's a beautiful model. I think I might be the only person in the Lumineth Realmlords WhatsApp chat who really likes the model. I see so many comments bashing it, but I love it.
All I'll mention is the hat. It's the hats that get me. That's all it is.
The Stone Guard hats.
Yeah.
I almost didn't go with the army because of the Stone Guard hats. They're so top heavy. Either their necks are breaking with every time they swing their hammer, or their hats are falling over every charge they do.
Oh god, there's one particular Lumineth model that seems to have, I think there's like a lord carrying another. I think it might be the Techless. Is it the Techless model? But it's like one with a massive hat, and then there's another model with a tiny hat, and on top of that tiny hat there seems to be another hat. It was just a lot of hats involved.
A hat on a hat on a hat.
A hat on a hat on a hat. I'm trying to find the model now I'm on the website, and I'm just trying to think what it was. Oh, I'm never going to find it now, am I? It's definitely the Techless one. It was just this replication of those horns on there, and then
I see. Yeah.
Like the 3. That was the first thing I saw when I saw that model. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it's a beautiful model.
I've seen it, but I've never registered it in my mind before.
Yeah, but I get why they've done it, because they're trying to replicate this this scheme. But yeah, when I saw it, I was just like, oh, okay, that's a bit strange. But the more I look at this model, the more I like it, and I would love to paint that.
I really like it. I don't even mind Teclis's pose. The way I'm going to work around his sort of sucking a sour candy face is I decided I'm going to paint it like a mask, like Selenar's.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because then it'll be more like a sort of Death Shroud face mask than he just looks so uninspired, you know, like I don't approve
that
of
looked
this.
good. That looked good. I mean, I don't have a problem with the model itself. It's just those, like I say, those 3 hat things. But the model itself, I don't have a problem with Teclis's pose. I think it's quite a good dynamic pose. But yeah,
Selenar himself, the like, not really a mount, but the buddy, Teclis's buddy. I think he just looks beautiful. I love everything about his model.
So you're going to do the same color scheme for for Selenar, or?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him. Either sort of brown feathers, kind of like there, but with a lighter underside, sort of like a barn owl. Or I'll just do all the feathers snowy, like a snowy owl. I think. Sort of deciding between either of those two. I want to give him quite a natural looking like vibe on his feathers. I don't want it to be too like neon vibrant.
Yeah,
I'm sort of trying to get some like Dark Souls inspiration in my color scheme, so that's why they're sort of wearing the muted brown robes and the pops of color are all red on an otherwise kind of like grey and white and snowy, like sort of urban backdrop.
Okay.
So he himself, I'll probably do brown feathers and then like a really like gossamer white mask, and then all of the trees and everything are going to have red leaves.
Nice. Well, I look forward to seeing that. That'll be interesting.
I would probably leave him for longer, so that I can get through more of the like smaller units, so I can do some like skirmish games and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's just sitting around in part assemblies and it annoys me. I just want him all in one piece, sitting on a shelf out of the way. So that's why he's getting the early treatment.
Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing that. So yeah. Well, we've all got a month now, so we've got to the end of November to paint up whatever miniatures
we're going to
our
timeline, is it?
That's the timeline. So we've got a whole month to paint up.
Well, more than a month.
1, 2, or 3 armies. Scary.
That'd be quite good.
Month and a
I
half,
reckon I can get the 2 of them done by then.
Yeah. I've got a bit of extra time this month, but then going forwards it'll be. Yeah, probably
Christmas will be a nightmare for a lot of people, I think.
Oh,
trying to get out at least one unit for the armies they're doing.
Yeah.
With all of the like seeing family and stuff.
I have a plan for Christmas. I have a plan for Christmas. My plan for Christmas is just to paint like a hero for each army. So it'd be a single model for each army, and then I'm done.
I might do my Cathola for December.
Yeah. I think that's the only way to approach it, because otherwise I think Christmas is going to be mental. But yeah.
Best of luck to Ben.
Yeah, it's best of luck to everyone, actually. Yeah, because but yeah, in particular, Ben, 3 armies. That's quite a challenge. I mean, even
Keeps
2 armies, I think, is
then mad respect.
Well, yes, I would. Yeah, I mean, but he's another quick painter, isn't he? So if anyone can do it, I'm sure Ben can. But I think even 2 armies, I think, is a challenge in itself. So yeah, I look forward to seeing what everyone comes up with. But for now, I think we'll call it a day, and we'll reconvene next month. Hopefully we'll get a few more of the players on here, because there is 10 of us in total, but everyone's watching the Warhammer community preview today, so
yeah. I think we do have a lot of Blood Bowl players in the club, to be fair. So.
We do, yeah. There's even there's a little there was a league going on, Blood Bowl 2 on Steam, which Ben was running. He was the GM for whatever you call it in Blood Bowl, but then his computer broke down, so we've not been able to play a game for 3 months. Oh no! So that's on hold at the minute. I wasn't doing too badly. I think I was about 4th, out of 8, so I was mid-table. But yeah, but I think there'll be a season 2 when it comes around. I think we're nearing the end as well. So once Ben gets his computer fixed, we'll start season 2. But But yeah, so we'll reconvene next month. Hopefully we'll get a few more guys, and thank you for watching. If you like this, then please subscribe and hit the notification bell at the bottom, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.